years old, and I left and moved to California, and not much longer after that. Well, I guess it was maybe about, it wasn't quite a few years. I hooked up with Santana and ended up doing 25 years with Santana. So, and here I am now. I've been down here to New Zealand. This is probably my 4th time coming down here. At least 3 times with Santana, and then down here by myself. And boy, this has been a wonderful 10 days being down here and performing with Roger Fox and doing all the shows and talking to you guys. This has been great. But this is supposed to be a question and answer, and whatever question you have, I sure hope I can answer. And so to make sure I hear you guys correctly, we have a microphone that we can pass around and everybody can ask their questions. So whoever starts with, the next one to ask a question, pass the mic to them. And who wants to go first? Oh, that was easy.
Kia ora, just want to say welcome first and thank you for doing this. I was just wondering, did you have classical training, vocal training, or are you basically quite natural and just from experience that, you know, your vocal ability?
Well, I started so young that we had there was myself and 3 friends of mine that we all grew up together. We used to just get together and sing together on street corners, and then, you know, after a while, we found ourselves developing a group to where we were actually making money. I mean, at 7 years old, I was already making money, and I always said, you know, my mom never had to buy me any school clothes or anything like that. When I was 12 years old, I was, you know, buying all that stuff myself because we were always performing. You know, my dad used to work in a lot of the hotels around in upstate New York area, and every time they would have some type of banquet or something there, he'd be, hey, you know, my son's got this little singing group, you should bring him in. And we would come in there and perform. We were cool too. We had our patent leather shoes on with black pants and cummerbund and white ruffled shirts with bow ties. And we had steps and everything, like the Temptations and all those groups. We were actually the Jackson 5 before they were the Jackson 5. But that's how it started, and I never stopped. Never really had any formal vocal training except for, you know, starting as young as I did. And there was this one guy that he was an older guy that was in a singing group, kind of like the Temptations, Four Tops kind of thing. And he would work with us every now and then to you know, teach us how to sing harmony parts and all that kind of stuff. And he learned us, helped us learn a few songs, but you know, to go to a actual vocal instructor, never did that.
Yeah.
You know, everybody in my family pretty much does something musically. They're either singers or drummers, guitar players, and all of that stuff. So I've been around all my life.
Did you have any sort of like church upbringing with gospel singing?
Say that again?
Did you have any, some sort of church upbringing with gospel singing?
Gospel?
Yeah.
Never did. And my mom and all of them were into the church, and I had to tell you, I really never liked to go to church. It was so bad because our house was in back of the church that we went to. And on Sunday, I would go to church because we had to go to church. But when it came time to put the collection in the plate, I'd put my money in and walk out and go home and watch the football games that were coming on. And my mom got hip to that after a while, so she started putting me up in the choir stand with her so I couldn't move, but I never really sang in choir. You know, it's always been out doing my own thing with other groups and stuff like that. So.
And can I just ask one more question before I pass it on to someone else? Is that okay? Do I have to pass it on? Can I ask another question?
Whoever wants to ask them.
Okay. Yeah. Do you want to ask?
No? Somebody back there. You can turn the mic on too, that'd be great.
Yeah.
As we saw you last night, you were fantastic singing.
Now, hold on, because I can't hear you too well.
We really enjoyed your concert last night. It was
oh, cool.
Yeah, phenomenal. Do you play a musical instrument?
A little bit of keyboards, because I write a lot of stuff, so I'm not one that can sit down and, do solo piano thing, but when I hear, the chords, or if I'm working on a tune or something, I can sit down and figure out what the chords are behind it. And I got my own studio in San Francisco with all the sequencing equipment and everything, so I actually put the songs together there, all the form, and write the lyrics and everything for them, and then I have a couple friends that are really keyboard players that I'll get with them, and they'll, tell me, oh, you meant to play this chord, so they'll actually restructure the song for me chord wise, so it makes sense, and that's it. I wish I played. I was gonna play. I started taking saxophone lessons, and then I had to get braces on my teeth, so that ended that one. Ooh. You want to say one or something?
Hello. Along your career, I imagine you've been met with a lot of challenges. And did you ever feel like giving up? And obviously you haven't. And so what kept you going?
I have never in my entire life thought about giving up one time. I mean, when you really like something and you have the talent to do it, with me, I tell people I don't feel like I've ever worked a day in my life, because I do what I enjoy doing, and I've tried some other things. I was a salesman at a men's clothing store and all that, but that stuff was so boring. I'm in there selling a suit or something, and some melody is running through my head, and I go, what the heck am I doing here? I should be out here working on this too, So, it's one of those things too. I know a lot of people, they say that they do music, but they got a regular job, and they went to school to do this and do that, because they want to have something to fall back on. And my philosophy's always been, if I would have had something else to fall back on, that's exactly what I would have done. So I left myself no choice. I said, I'm going to do this, sink or swim. And I'm still swimming pretty doggone good. It's one of those things where there's so many people out here, doing music, but the thing is that's great about music, and I don't know about a lot of other things because I haven't done a lot of those other things. There's room for everybody in the music industry. Everyone has something to offer. What I do, a lot of people can't do, and the talent that you have, I'm sure you do things that other people can't do. So, you just find that little gap for yourself, and once you get in there, just go for it. I've been told. I was telling people a couple days ago. I went and this might be before you guys' time, but there was a show on. It was kind of like the start of the shows like American Idol and all. They had one on called Star Search a long time ago, and it was in Los Angeles. And I went down to do an audition, Star Search, and we finished the audition, and then they take some people in one room, and then they take others in another. So I went in the room where they, were telling us, well, you know what, thanks for coming. You didn't get chosen this time to move on to the next level, because we feel that you didn't have, what it might take to make it to the next level, and things can maybe come back and try again in a few years, whatever. Now, there's a lot of people that probably would have gotten really discouraged about that and all bummed out and Now, I look forward now, and I'm wondering, because I can't remember from that show the people who won. I don't even remember who those people are. But one thing I do know, I kept moving forward. I hooked up with Santana, and I have 11 Grammys sitting in the case in my house. I don't think any of those people have that many, or if they have any at all. So it's one of those kind of things that you can't let only person that can stop me is me. That's it.